We are in a beautiful garden. This is a flower growing garden, and this is an amazing place where we can take a lot of reference photos. Well, this is a beautiful day to film a video. Bright sunlight, colors are rich, but to take reference photo, to have such a bright sunlight is not the best day, but we will try to take reference photos and I will show you good and bad results of a reference photo. Before even taking a reference photo, remember about your light source. It should always be consistent from one side. My reference photos that I take, light source is coming from left side. I'm a right-hand sided person, so it's easier for me to always work with my right hand, and light is coming from left. If you are left-handed person, maybe your light source would be better to come from right side. So this is a very important first part. Consistency in your light source gives better and more beautiful result to your whole artwork portfolio collection. Second thing, when you are taking reference photo, you found a wonderful, perfect subject to take reference from. Don't limit yourself to few photos. Take at least 10, 20 reference photos from slightly different angle. You very likely turn it around not to damage flower or subject. For example, you are in a botanical garden, you can't damage the subject. So be very gentle. And then take a lot of reference photo when you will be at your studio, at home. Then you can choose and you will see maybe some photo turned blurry, delete that. Maybe some photo wrong angle, delete that. If you will have 20 photos, you will choose the perfect one. Sun is bright and it's hard to see if the photo is correct, so better multiple photos to be sure. Wrong reference photo will definitely be, no matter how good the subject is, if you're taking a reference photo against the sunlight, then the subject will be dark and everything around it will be light. You need to move so that the light source is coming from a different angle. Beautiful reference, but wrong angle to take a photo. Same reference, correct angle. Experiment. For example, it's not always flower needs to be taken from the front view. It's very often the most beautiful part behind. So experiment, try different angles as much as possible. One flower, multiple angles to choose from, and pick the most beautiful one. Another thing, if you are not sure which is the best angle, take again as much photos as possible. When you will be looking through them, you will notice that some photos are so good and some are a little bit off. Delete them. And sometimes you need to take risks in order to capture the most beautiful ones. Also, going to places is important. You can ask your local, maybe a friend who knows some interesting flower growing place or a garden that somebody is really taking care of. Go to different places, find interesting subjects, and you will be amazed what you can find. And let me show you what's in my bag when I go to such places to take reference photos, mix watercolors. I do have my brush case with pencils, brushes, watercolors, erasers, even this kind of brush, which is a brush pen with water inside. And then I take my watercolor mixing notebook, where I can take sketch of the project and color mixing and record all notes. Paper towel, that is an important tool, and little mixing palette, which is also very handy. Having real subject in front of you is the best, always the best way how to practice watercolors. In this case, I am in a strange garden. I can't pick the flower, so I'm moving my tools to the flower, mix watercolors and compare. writing notes of which pigments were used, how much of them, maybe some additional features of the plant, writing down pigment names that were used and tried, also writing down what worked and what didn't. And then I take and the watercolor mix that I have, paint only one part of the flower. We don't need to finish the entire composition, but we will get the idea of watercolor mixes and techniques required to do this composition. Altogether, this study took about 20 minutes of my time, but I learned a lot and spent a wonderful time. I took a lot of reference photos during this flower garden outing, and if you would like to have some of my reference photos, in the captions below is all information. But thank you for watching and see you in next video.